Yo, what is good, YouTube? What's up, PlayStation Nation? Bari, and I'm here to talk about some games, man. Um, talk about games I most recently kind of completed. Well, I won't say kind of completed, but most recently completed. Well, Undertale, I've been completed that probably like 2 weeks ago, or was it a week ago? I'm not sure. But Knack and Final Fantasy 12, The Zodiac Age, I just completed. But I gave like brief little reviews on why I really love those games. But this stream is all about talking about those three games and why I really loved those games. And I understand that Undertale is not really like a 2017 game, but to me it is. You know what I mean? It came out on the PS4 and the Vita this year. I think in like July or something like that it came out. Or it might be August. But to us console gamers, it is fairly pretty new. And Final Fantasy Zodiac Age, that game I've been played from years back on PS2, but I never completed that game on PS2. But here I completed on the PS4. So I'm going to be talking more in depth on that game right there as a Final Fantasy game, my review score of it, and where I place it in the Final Fantasy scope of things compared to the other games. So I don't expect a whole bunch of people to even be in this live stream because it's centered around gaming talk, and it's just giving my thoughts and opinions just in a more in-depth manner with these games that I thoroughly enjoyed and loved. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what this stream is going to be about. It's about Undertale. It's about Knack 2, and it's going to be about Final Fantasy 12, The Zodiac Age, giving my review and why I loved these games. Because I thoroughly, really loved these games right here. These three games I love. There's many games that I love this year, but I already gave like more like in-depth reviews and why I like those games in previous streams and other little talks and stuff like that. Like there's Horizon, there's Nier, there's Tales of Mysteria. You know what I mean? A whole bunch of games that I've loved. All the fighting games that I loved throughout the year, but I just want to specifically talk on these three because I have been giving them a little representation, but I want to go fully entrenched in there. Yo, Persona, what's good, man? What is good? It's not going to be a crazy stream. This is just me talking about games that I loved. These three games that you see in the title. Yo, Goku, what is good, man? What is good? Definitely appreciate you guys coming through though. But yo, let me get into it and let me talk about this game that was definitely under the radar for me as far as um indie or RPGs. You can have it, and it's called Undertale. Undertale was a game that I was curious in it because I heard so much about it, but I never really like paid it too much attention. You know what I mean? I was just going to be like, oh, this is just another old school looking RPG game. Keep it moving, right? Yo, video game lover, what is good? Definitely appreciate coming through. But you know what I mean? I saw the trailers and all that stuff, the game of the year awards it was winning. And I was just like, yo, damn, this game looks kind of weird and quirky. You know what I mean? Then basically the game came out. I bought it day one. I think I pre-ordered this game, matter of fact. Pre-ordered the game, and you know what I mean? I didn't start it day one, you know what I mean? Then I seen people in the PlayStation groups that I'm in, platinum the game. So I'm like, damn, dudes is platinum this game already. Like, how long is this RPG? You know what I mean? That was my mindset. Goku say you want to see Knack 2. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, what is everybody, what I mean, that's quickly beating this game already. I'm like, this game can't be that crazy. This game can't be that serious where, what I mean, I see people posting platinums already. So I don't know if people was playing the game just to get the platinum, but I was going into the same, vein as those people because I was like, oh, it must be a short game. So I was like, you know what? Let me just play through this game, get this platinum, keep it moving. And I'm a person that I don't care about platinum like trophies and stuff like that. But I was just like, oh damn, an RPG I can beat in like 7 hours. Let's go get it, right? So when I started playing the game, right from the beginning of the game, it already captured me, right? Because I'm a person that I love, and I mean when I say this wholeheartedly, I love like music and games. So if a soundtrack in the game capture me, I'm already entrenched. You know what I mean? I'm already intrigued already. So right from the beginning, it started off with this long story. Dun, 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 dun. You know what I mean? The joke was dope as hell. I'm just like, all right, okay, this is cool. Then, you know what I mean? You name me a character and all that stuff, typical RPG fashion. You know what I mean? And all that stuff. So, right away you get into the game. You know what I mean? You're greeted with this like friendly little creature called Flowey. You know what I mean? The happiest little creature in the world. But then it turns out to be like not the best person in the world. No, I'm not spoiling anything. I'm gonna try not to spoil anything, but you know what I mean? There's also deeper meaning just in the beginning. After I beat this game basically 2 times. I beat this game on my natural run. Yo, on Foxing Around, what's good? I beat this game just regularly. I got the neutral ending, beating this game. I got the platinum, right? And I was like, yo, I need to learn more. I want more out of this game because that's how this game captured me, yo. Just from a story perspective and all that stuff. And I felt like in my regular run to get the neutral ending, I killed off certain people that I didn't want to die, right? So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do the true pacifist run. And I mean, I've seen it in the everybody talking about true pacifist run or the pacifist run. You know what I mean? So I was like, let me do my research real quick. What's going on with this true pacifist run? And I see that you can't kill anybody. You had to go on certain dates that I missed out on my first run and all that stuff. And long story short, I got the true pacifist run. Once I got the true, like I already loved the game from the first time I played it. I fell in love with this game from the first time I played it. But when I got that true pacifist run in Undertale, yo, I became fascinated with this game. Just the lore in itself. I'm over here looking up Undertale and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Downloading pictures. I'm over here going to YouTube and downloading the albums and all that stuff. Yo, I was just so in love with this game because, all right, I gave this game for a review score. I gave this game a 9.5 out of 10, right? And like I said, I went to this game completely blind. You know what I mean? My reason for me playing this game was completely different than how I feel now. You know what I mean? Like I said, I was just going there for like a trophy little thing, but I just instantly fell in love with this game. Yo, Goku says Genocide Route was my first playthrough. Never played it since. Yo, I could do a genocide route right now, but I can't do it. I'm too. I love these characters too much. I'm going to get in detail more on why I love these characters. And one character I do not want to fight because he always had that like mystery to him, but he's such a cool character is Stans. And I heard that Stans is like the toughest boss fight in the game. And I definitely don't want to fight Stans because Stans is cool, man. Especially once you get that true pacifist ending. If you go for the true pacifist ending before the genocide ending, you don't want to do the genocide, man. Yo, I'm telling you to fall in love with these characters, man. But I gave this game, yo, Pixel Protocol. What is good, man? You getting into Kiwami when you can. Oh, Kiwami, Yakuza Kiwami is nothing new. That's not a new game. I've been played that on PS2. The only reason why I didn't play I have Kiwami, I have it downloaded and everything. I just didn't play. I didn't finish Zero yet. Like Zero, that is new to me because that's a prelude to Kiwami. Kiwami is just Yakuza One. Kiwami is just Yakuza One. But that is nothing new to me. So that's why I'm not in like no rush really to play Kiwami. But I do have it downloaded on my system. But Undertale, I gave it a 9.5 out of 10 due to reasons of why I love to play RPGs. Undertale has hit all those reasons in a matter of just 7 to 8 hours of gameplay. You know what I mean? That sounds crazy, right? RPG 7 to 8 hours gameplay. That sounds ridiculous, right? But it developed character development between just you, the protagonist, which you do learn her real name. I don't want to like spoil too much of what her true last name is. I'm pretty sure people probably can look that up. But if you do the true pacifist run, you would definitely get to learn the protagonist, the girl that you play as. You get to learn her name. You still got to learn it. Okay, so they add different things in it. All right. Yeah, I'm definitely going to play through it, but I'm not in no rush to do it right now. Yo, kid, what is up? Kid always hating. But yo, so with Undertale, right? Playing through this game, so much character development, not just with the protagonist, your character itself, because the protagonist is also being narrated by this oddly being, right? I can go into more detail of who she is or who this oddly being is that's following you and giving you these tips. And basically, when you're fighting, you can check their stats and telling you how a character is and telling you what's going on with these characters. There's basically somebody always talking to you while you're playing this game, and they do it so well. Sometimes you're not even realizing that somebody's talking to you, but it is. If somebody's narrating the actions of the enemies, narrating your actions, all that stuff throughout the game, and you do learn that more when you do the other endings and get the other endings. You learn like, oh shit, oh my god, this character, what's going on? And that's the great thing about Undertale. There's so much. It's such in a short burst. There's so much to learn within the game. You know what I mean? There's so much to learn within the game because my first playthrough, it was cool. I learned a lot, but doing that second playthrough, I learned so much. Characters about W.D. Gaster, right? There's this mysterious character in the game that is not even in the game, but you're getting little tidbits about this character. And yo, after I got the true pacifist ending, I'm looking up who's W.D. Gaster and more information. Yo, there's people that got theories of who this character is here on YouTube. It's like Underworld net. I mean, Undertale net out here. Like it's like a underground world where people is trying to debunk stuff about Undertale. It's so crazy. I learned so much in the past couple of 2 days or 3 days about Undertale. I'm just like, yo, yeah, I can see where this person's coming from because yo, they did say this in this part of the game and this part of the game. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, I'm over there like theorizing with people like, yeah, I believe that could be the reasons because I did see the blueprint after Stans gave me the key to this. I'm like, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy, yo. But yo, the characters in that game, it's so well written. Like, you know what I mean? Just how the characters pervade themselves, how different each character is. Like you have Undane, she's like the more just, righteous person that want to stick up for her friends, because that's what it is. You know what I mean? In the beginning, you look at it like, oh, these are just monsters, but these monsters have a lore within a lore, and they all like have a relationship together. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's just crazy how the characters are so well developed. Like Stans and there's Papyrus, right? Those are the two skeleton brothers. You're gonna meet Stans outside you get out of the ruins, which is probably one of the saddest scenes ever. Yo, the first real true boss in that game is so sad, bruh. It is so sad because this is not spoilers. This is just straight up in the game. Um, the first person you really meet outside of Flowey is Toriel, right? And she is basically like your tutorial. That's what her name plays on, tutorial. And she's like, that's what people call her goat mom, right? They call her goat mom. And basically, in the beginning of the game, in the beginning of the ruins, she is giving you how this world works and what's the nuances of the underworld that you're in. You know what I mean? So she said, beware of traps, you know what I mean? Enemies, they're gonna be fighting. She's teaching you how to do all that stuff. But once you get to the end of the ruins, because there's a certain barrier that you're trying to get past so you can get back to your world, because you fell down and you're basically trapped in this underworld now where you gotta go through the barrier, but there's a certain caveat into getting through the barrier, you know, which you're gonna learn while you're playing the game. But she's warning you. She don't want you to go through the barrier because it's gonna cause you this and that and that. And she's just so concerned. She's like looking at you as like a mother figure. But she's letting you know, it's like, yo, if you pass this ruins, you're gonna have to fight me. You're gonna have to prove that you can sustain all the hardship that you're gonna go through in this game. But the crazy thing about this game, what is just amazing, the crazy thing about this game, which is just amazing, is the fact that you don't have to fight anybody. You don't have to kill anybody in this game. This is the only RPG I've ever played where, you know, not fighting or, you know, causing friendships or having mercy upon people is also truly beneficial. Yeah, I just got some package. I don't know what the hell this package is, but let's cut this thing open. I don't know what the hell this is. Oh, I know what this is. This is Yeez. Yo, NIS sent me Yeez early, bruh. Go NIS. Yo, so after this video, I'm probably going to do an unboxing of Yeez Lacrimosa of Dana. I forgot all about this, yo. I got the limited collector's edition and I forgot. Yeah, this is dope, man. This is dope. I could crack open and play this game right now. I got it digital though. But yo, this game right here is one of the only RPGs I've played where just not fighting anybody, having mercy or sparing people is very beneficial in this game. You know what I mean? Like it has you to cause friendships, because to get the true pacifist ending, that's what you got to do. You got to spare everybody, have mercy upon anybody. But at the end of the day, it can make fights difficult because you're not really hurting the enemy, but overall, it's going to benefit you to get the, you know what I mean, in the end of the game, especially at the end of the game, especially the last boss and the true pacifist ending. It is definitely going to benefit. Yo, Robert, what's good, man? What's good? Yo, Knack, I'm definitely going to be talking about Knack. I'm just talking about Undertale right now. As you can see in the title, that's the order of the games that I'm going to be talking about. Basically giving you my reasons on why I love these games so much. But yo, I definitely appreciate everybody coming through. You know what I mean? Like, this is gaming talk, kind of, you know, live stream, no drama, the straight gaming talk. So I can understand, you know, people not wanting to be in the stream like that. But anyway, getting back to Undertale, you know what I mean? Like, just being that true pacifist, it definitely helps you out in this game, which is crazy, you know what I mean? Because let me get into the battle system of Undertale. This is nothing really new, because it's like one of those bullet hell games, you know what I mean, where you gotta like dodge stuff, where there's a whole bunch of stuff coming at you and you gotta dodge stuff. You're not really shooting at anybody per se, only certain segments, but you're really dodging. That's the battle system for real. Like, the battle system has that traditional RPG thing where you can go and fight, and then you got to hit a certain area within the battle area. So they got this little circle, it looks like an eye, and if you hit in the middle, that's where you're going to get the the most damage out of your attack. And if you hit to the left or the right, you know, you're gonna get damage, but you're not gonna get, you know, the most potential damage out of your attack. So that's, you know, that's pretty traditional, but it's more on like a gauge kind of thing. You got to hit it in the middle, similar to like how, like say a golf game is, you know, when you hit it in a certain area, you get the best shot. That's how the battle system is in this game. And you have your act, where your act, you pretty much have like Libra, where you can check the enemies like HP and damage, attack damage, and all that stuff. And then you have in act as well, you have certain things of what pertains to the enemy. Like certain enemies, they're timid, so you can be like, yo, you can like comfort an enemy, or you can like bash them. Like you can, you know what I mean, you can like scold them, and they will react in different ways. You know what I mean? So to spare some of your enemies, you gotta do certain things in certain like routes or little, you know, segments, and that's how you will spare, or you can flee, or you can basically you know, have mercy upon your enemy. It's so cool how that battle system is, yo. It is real ridiculous. And then you have your typical items, then you have your flee, and you know, your spare, but you can't really flee away from enemies like that unless you do certain actions. Like there's times where I try to flee and it was like, nope, you ain't running away. Like, what are you trying to run for? Like the comments in that joint is so crazy. And that's the thing, like when you're fighting, like I love games that when you're in a fight, they're talking, you know, they're interacting back with you. And in Undertale, you do like certain action, like I said, there's an enemy that's probably timid. You probably do like comfort. They'd be like, "Oh, thank you." And you know, this monster said, "Oh, he's grateful. He looks like he's grateful." Like the narrator is telling you, this monster looks like he's grateful for you comforting him or something like that. You know what I mean? It's crazy. And then there's enemies where you might find like two of them. Like there's these two dogs, right? But if you're going like the traditional way of attacking them, yeah, you would attack them. But they have the armor, so you got to keep on attacking them, and that battle might take mad long. But there's a way where you can like spare them, where it's mad funny, because each of these two guard dogs, like they like each other, right? But they don't know how to tell each other. So within the act, you're basically doing certain things, and you're like, oh, this person realized that they like this person. Oh, there's one that's crazy, where the dog in the armor, he's mad hot. So like I think like you heat him up or something like that, and he takes off his armor, and the other dog is like, oh my goodness. The other dog is like blushing because you see the other dog without no armor or nothing like that. The other dog is getting like turned on. She getting like turned on or whatever. Like she's madly in love with the other guy. It's mad crazy, bro. You know what I mean? But yo, the battle system is just so unique, where it just had me having mad fun with it. Like there's times where I'll just be running around just to get in battle system, just do certain things, because there's a certain thing in this game where Stance, he's gonna let you know. Stance is gonna be the ultimate judge in that game, right? So if you're doing a genocide run and you're killing everybody, you're gaining XP and all that stuff. And there's this term called love as well. So there's XP and there's love. I forgot what love mean. I forgot what love mean, but XP is basically like your execution points, right? XP is the execution point. So Stan, he's gonna basically judge you based off your XP and your love, right? And if your XP is high enough, and if your love is high enough, he's gonna be like, yo, you're in for a bad time and stuff like that. Yo, we're gonna fight right now. Just let you know. And this is before you fight the last boss. Not the last boss, but you know, the king. But I'm trying to find out what does love mean again in this game. Stans is such a cool character, man, but XP is definitely execution points. And the higher your execution points, because the more you kill monsters in this game, the more you're getting execution points, right? But you will think that execution points is something, or you know what I mean, your XP is something good in a RPG game. But in this game, it's not, because it means something totally different. one second as I try to find what execution, I mean, what love means. Love don't mean what it means to. Oh, level of violence. So you know what I'm saying? Yo, you're being judged. Yo, Crump, what is good, man? Yo, big Crump. Yo, you're being judged by your XP and your love. So you're seeing these things. Matter of fact, your level. It's not generally love is level because you're seeing XP and you're seeing LVL, right? So you're thinking it's in a typical RPG. Yeah, I need more XP. I need to level up. But Stans, he's judging you. This and Stans is a beast. This guy is a little skeleton in his hands in his pocket. And before you get to go fight Asgore, he judges you because there's a certain scene in the game where Stans tell you that if it wasn't if it wasn't for Turio, because Turio used to talk to Stans like back and forth before, because Tyrion, she closed off this barrier or this little gate so she don't have to go and deal with her husband. Long story short, no spoilers. And Stans and Turio, they communicate through like walkie-talkie. And Turio was basically telling you, matter of fact, it doesn't depend. You can kill Turio or not kill her. She's still going to tell Stans this. She basically told Stans to look after you, make sure no harm comes to you. So there's a crazy little date scene that goes on in Undertale where you're talking to Stans, you're having this conversation, he's doing his typical puns, then he gets real serious, right? He gets real serious. He's like, yo, yeah, man, if it wasn't for Turio, you'll be dead where you stand. And yo, I paused it up. I was like, yo, I look at Stans like a cool ass character. He's like mad funny. He got the puns. This guy is like, I think he's like omnipotent or something, because he can bend time and space. This guy is he's just a monster in this game. He messes around with your saves and all that stuff. He's just crazy. And there's this lighthearted scene. It gets real serious, and then he's telling you, yeah, man, if it wasn't for Goat Mom, you'd be dead where you stand. I will kill you right here. And I'm just like, what? Then he was like, don't worry about that. Anyway, I'm just joking. I'm like, no, you're not joking, bro. You're not joking, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but when you reach this scene before the end of the game, before you fight the king, he judges you. And that's just really cool how the typical RPG is not really played out in this game. You know what I mean? It's something completely different where XP and level means something different. That's execution points and level of violence. And that's how these monsters, they're going to judge you based off of that. Even when you get to like the end. You know what I mean? With certain fights, especially with Flowey. He's like, yeah, I told you I was going to do it. And all that stuff. It's crazy, man. But also one thing I love about Undertale is the level design. There's some cool puzzles in there. It's nothing really too hard in there. But it's just a cool world to be in, because the music, like I said, music is something that captures me a lot in video games. I love video game music, and Undertale music, it captures me so good. There's a lot of good music in Undertale, but one of my favorite areas to be in, because it has the music, it has the puzzles, it has the good, battles, is when you get to this part in the game. It's called Hotland. That music is so dope. Let me see if I can pull that up. Hopefully you guys can hear this music, yo. Hotland, yo. It's just mad cool, man. You know what I mean? We're going to get to the other games, but yo, Undertale, I'm telling you, this is something that it has to be spoken about, man, because yo, I really love this game. Like, honestly, yo, I put Undertale as probably, I've been gaming 28 years, more than 28 years. You know what I mean? I say 28 years plus. I put Undertale as probably one of my favorite games of all time. I'm not saying it's like the top game of all time, but I'll easily put that up there in like top 10, top 15 games of all time that I've played. Yo, this game is just simply amazing. But this is the theme. See if I can turn this up. I don't know if you guys can hear this. Let me see if everybody can hear this. But this is I want to see if we can hear this. I don't know if you guys can hear this. Let me see if everybody can hear this. I think you can hear it. Jump mad smooth. This is the hotland right here. Yo, I love this area, bro. I spent the most time in this game in this area. Just fighting. Or just, sparing people to get gold coins. Because you get more gold coins when you do spare people. Listen to this shit, man. You're just hot, yo. I'm telling you, man, Undertale, bro. I don't even care if they copyright this. I don't care. I just love this game, bro. I will promote this game to the high heavens. Yo, I'm at work. And I'm listening to this music at work. Yo, somebody came into my office the other day. They was like, "What are you listening to, Jabari?" Yo, she's sitting down in my office jamming out the Undertale. She's not even a gamer. Dope, bro. Here we go. It's coming. I love this part right here. This is Hotland. If you guys want to know, this is Undertale Hotland. My favorite area in the game. And the beat's gonna pick up again. Watch this. They add it. You hear it? Add it. Yo, I love this track, bro. I get hyped, man. I'm telling you, I get hyped. Now I add all three of the elements of the music. Drop the beat again. I love Undertale, bro. Nobody can tell me anything when it comes to this game right here. You can't tell me nothing when it comes to this game. I'm telling you, this game right here is so captivating, yo. Characters, the battle system is so fun and unique, yo. It mixes so much different elements, but it's its own. And yo, this parts of this game, it gets difficult. I'm gonna upload a boss fight. This is pretty much the last boss fight in my neutral run. And just looking at this boss fight, it is nothing you have ever seen in your life. I guarantee it. It is nothing you have ever seen. It is so dope, yo. It is so. At first, I was like, "What the hell is going on here? How can I survive this?" But I ended up surviving it. You know what I mean? I ended up beating the game. And it's just, this is a game right here that is short, but there's so much different ways of you can play it. You know what I mean? Like I said, my first run through was about 7 to 8 hours. My second walkthrough was a little bit longer because in the true pacifist ending, it requires you to do a lot more than your regular, because you got to go on these dates with these people, like with Papyrus, and you got to go to date with Megaton. There's another date you got to do with Undyne. There's so much stuff you got to do in the true pacifist ending, so it took me a little bit longer, but I enjoyed it so much. The only reason I'm not doing my genocide run, because I do want to play the game more, just to learn more about the characters, like Stans. I want to look for certain little tidbits that I've seen that people were theorizing about him, and even Papyrus. And this is WD Gaster character that people is like theorizing about as well. There's so much you can go back into the game and get. And it's just a lovely experience, man. That's why I'm giving this game a 9.5 out of 10. I've had such a great time playing this game. It is so amazing, man. You don't want, like, just being the person that I am, like how I like RPG games and the reasons why I like them. Undertale have hit every single aspect of that. Every single aspect of it. The only reason why I'm giving it like a 9.5 is just due to the fact that story, even though there's a lot of stuff in it, if you don't do like the outside stuff and certain dates and all that stuff, you can run through this game in like 6 hours. You know what I mean? It's very short. That's the only reason why I'm not giving like a 10 out of 10. But overall, I enjoy this game. I enjoy this game to the death of me, man. Like Undertale, sleeper. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh my god, why are you hyping up Undertale?" But I'm telling you guys, this game is amazing. Red means go, blue means stop. Yeah, like Yeah, there's certain like little yeah, like in attacks, like when you're doing a battle system, like blue means that like in the bullet hell mode of things when you're defending, blue means that you can't move. So if you do move, if you move your heart around, when you see like blue little objects coming at you, because how these enemies attack you, they attack you with magic, they attack you with physical attacks, they attack you with a whole bunch of stuff. But blue means that you can't move. White means that you gotta dodge it. Orange means that you can move through it. So if you see something that's orange, you can move through it and it won't hit you. But if you don't move, it's gonna hit you, right? Red means red is just typical red. If red hits you, red you gotta pretty much dodge, can't get hit, nothing with that. There's a whole bunch of stuff in there that they do because all the attacks is based off the hearts from the other human souls that's you're gonna learn within the game. But it's an exceptional game, guys. Like yo, Toby Fox. I heard that this guy done this game by himself. You know, the music by himself, and it's just amazing what this guy can do, man. If you like Earthbound, if you played Earthbound on Super Nintendo, you gonna love this game. Fit how the pacing and the flow and how the characters speak and all that stuff is definitely it's very reminiscent of Earthbound, but there's just certain little things about this game, certain little tidbits. Just like I said, those two characters, Stans and Papyrus, so cool because they're based off of like fonts. Is what's the other font? Papyrus. It's like Papyru or something like that. They're based on those fonts. So every time you see like Stans talk, he was speaking like the font Stans, and Papyrus font will come out with Papyrus. You know what I mean? Like the whole big stylized font, and Stans is just the regular Stans font. You know what I mean? Which is just dope as hell, man. And then there's WD Gaster. That character right there has me really intrigued. That's why I really want to go back into Undertale again because I'm like, yo, there's certain things I missed about this character that I gotta get. You know what I mean? But there's a cool just investigation that you want to do with some of these characters, man. You know what I mean? It's just weird. Like it's cool. Like when it comes to Asgore and Torio, you basically get the gist of those characters, and you can get the gist of those characters in 2 playthroughs. You can fully understand those people. Undyne as well. Megaton as well. Who else? Oh, there's a other character. There's this Kid Monster. There's him. He's just a little trope character in there, but I heard through the genocide run you get to fight him. Oh, and there's the characters also with the human souls, right? Because in Undertale teaches you about the beginning, right? The beginning there was a human that fell down and basically Torio and Asgore and their son. I don't know if I want to give out the name of the son and all that. Well, I just said the son, Azrael. I meant to say Tyrael and Asgore, but Azrael is their son. So Azrael, the monster kid, not the monster kid, but he was a monster himself. He befriended this human being. This is the first human soul that you will probably notice in the game. He became, friends with her, right? Basically, but this human soul, she became sick, right? And they became sick due to a mistake. Matter of fact, it was Asgore that got sick because they put the wrong ingredient in Torio, butterscotch pie that she loves to make. Or this butterscotch is definitely going to be a big theme in this game. I'm trying to say everything without really like spoiling everything because I really want people to play the game. You know what I mean? Do you like and you know what I mean? And so Asgore got sick, looking for like a way to heal him and all that stuff, but he ended up getting better. But then this female, the first human that fell down on the world, she gets sick, and the only way that they think they could have saved her was to take her back to the human society. So Azrael, he tried to do that, but humans saw it as the monster trying to, basically hurt this human. So monsters was throwing, knives, they was throwing spears, all that stuff at Azrael, hurting Azrael. And this human girl was such a, this human girl and these monsters, they were like family. You know what I mean? They looked at it as like family. They was like the adopted kid. That human girl was like an adopted kid. So she was like, yo, kill these dudes, kill them. But Azrael, he ended up turning it down because that wasn't him, just killing random humans like that. Azrael was nice. And then so yeah, they went back to the monster town. She ended up dying. Azrael ended up kind of dying, and it gets into a whole other bunch of story of, I don't want to care, but yo, you got to play Undertale, man. You got to play Undertale. At least play your neutral run and play your if you can do the true pacifist. If you need help doing the true pacifist, you can hit me up. I can definitely get you, some tips to getting it, because it was a doozy. I ain't even gonna lie, I had to look up some certain things to get certain reactions out of characters, so you can get the date out of people, because you have to get the date, with certain characters to get the true pacifist ending. But once you get that ending, man, you just learn so much. Like your eyes open up, like whoa, and then you have the best boss fight music. I played this a little bit during the Jay Barry show, but this is the best boss fight music that you ever hear. Let me see if I can find it. And during this music, this is the first part of the music. First of all, this is the first part. There's a second part that gets a little bit even sadder, but if that's a word, is sadder a word? I wanna see if this is it though. Yeah, this is it right here. This is it right here. So when you do your true pacifist run, you're gonna be hit with this music right here, where you're gonna have to fight this certain character that comes into form that you like, oh my god, what are you doing? That he becomes a super badass bad guy. And this is the music that you're playing. Yo, you're doing a boss fight listening to music. Yo, I was so hyped. I was so hyped just listening to this. You know what I mean? I was like, yo, let's go. And then this guy's just throwing attacks at you, and you gotta dodge them. It is getting crazy. He's throwing knives, he's throwing magic, and you're like, oh my god, what I gotta do? But you want to do your true pacifist ending, you can't attack him. You can't attack it. You gotta go to your act, and you gotta try to plead with him. You gotta try to make him remember his thoughts. You gotta remember his previous time when he was just a innocent being. No spoilers. But this is the music that you're listening to. Here we go. Ready? Go. Here we go. I'm telling you guys, Undertale. Play Undertale. Yo, one thing I love what Toby Fox does, and I love this about certain games when they play music in their soundtrack, is melodies in each song. Like there's always this recurrent melody that's in it, and this is a recurrent melody. Like, that's a recurrent melody throughout the whole Undertale music, and I love that. I love that with Kingdom Hearts. I love that with like Final Fantasy, especially Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts, you know it. You're always gonna hear that certain little theme of Kingdom Hearts. Yo, this is the battle for. This is the battle scene. This is the first part. Here we go. There, it's about to pick up. It's about to pick up. Yeah, I'm telling you, I love this game, bro. I love this game. Here we go. Drop it back. Drop it back. I think they're gonna drop it here. I think they're gonna drop it here. I think they're gonna drop it here, guys. Guys, jam with me real quick. Here we go. All right, so that's the first part. That's the first part, guys. That's the first part. You know what I mean? After you get him to like a certain level of him thinking and all that stuff, then he's like, no, 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 you're not gonna get me. It turns to this part. This is the part that I played on the Jay Bar show. Guys, when I started hearing this music, I was like, yo, bro, I don't want to fight you, man. I was like, yo, bro, I don't want to fight you, man. Yo, it just plays with your emotions because you're learning so much about these characters and you learn about the reasons why this character got this way. And they hit you with this song. They hit you with this song. Undertale, guys. Undertale. Go play this game. 9 out of 5. 9.5 out of 10. J Bar review. Certified. Approved. But let's move it along. Let's move along. Let's get to talking about this Knack 2. Let's get to talking about this Knack 2 greatness. Now, anybody that knows me, anybody that follows my channel from the beginning, you already know I was a pro activist, an advocate when it came to Knack, the first Knack, the launch title Knack. I said I love this game to death. Like, you know what I mean? I felt like Knack was a really good game that a lot of people was just basically shitting on because one is just a new title. Two, it is a new title of a genre of a certain type of game that people want to see certain characters that they're fond of, that they grew up with, instead of this new character called Knack, right? If Knack was like a Banjo-Kazooie, you know what I mean, the reviews of this game would have been completely different than how it is here. Just because it's Knack, it is getting the flack that it was getting. I'm not saying Knack was like a perfect game by any means. It was not. You know what I mean? There's certain things in Knack 1 that I felt like was really weak, like the platforming. The platforming in Knack 1, I felt like was really more of a tacked on thing. It was fully thought about and like, yo, all right, let's just try to give these people like a little challenge, or just give them, you know what I mean, there's a little stuff to do in here. I feel like it was just tacked on, like, oh, I'm just getting to this destination, you know what I mean, to this other destination. It wasn't really fun platforming, right, in Knack 1. Knack 1 as well, the combat was very limited. At the time before playing Knack 2, though, I was cool with the combat being limited because that added towards the difficulty of the game. You know what I mean? Like, I looked at Knack like a fighter. You know what I mean? If I threw out this punch at this certain distance and there's enemies right there and I missed it, I whiffed it, they're gonna punish me. You know what I mean? That's how I thought about Knack. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, if I whiff this punch, I'm in deep shit because they're gonna punish me. And that's how Knack 1 was. Like, especially when you played like on hard and stuff like that. If you didn't time your attacks due to how limited it was as well, you was gonna get punished. If you dashed a certain way, you was gonna get punished. And I like that fact about Knack on the first one. When I played Knack 2 now, I was just like, oh, they evolved this combat tenfold. This combat is great. Knack could do so much more things. But we're going to talk back. We're going to talk about combat more when we get fully in depth with Knack 2. But like I said, Knack 1, I felt like it was a great game. It had a great end boss fight that was pretty difficult. Gave you a challenge. So when you completed Knack 1, there was like a sense of accomplishment with that game. Like, oh shit, yeah, I just beat this game. You know, this game was pretty challenging. Because that last boss fight, it took you a while to figure out what, you know, I mean, his little tricks and stuff like that you had to do. Because Knack 1 boss fight was like a traditional boss fight, you know what I mean, from like an old game that you love. Like, he was a traditional boss fight. It's going to be trial and error for you to figure out what this boss was doing. Figure it out. Maybe I could squeeze some damage in there and try to dwindle his life away. And it's not going to be easy, you know what I mean, to get to it, but you figured it out. And you know, Knack 1 was just, to me, it was a good game. Like, I enjoyed it. I think I gave Knack 1 like a 7. Like, I gave it like a 7, either 7 or 7.5 0.5. You know how I do my scores. I be doing my points and shit. You know what I mean? So I remember giving like Knack like a 7. I was like, yo, this game was pretty good. Like I really enjoyed my time with Knack. And I know a lot of people was giving it flack. You know, the funny thing about Knack is just like that's my whole thing with gamers. It's just I feel like gamers want these genres to come back, but when they do come back in a different form of a different character or game, they don't want to play it. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, it's trash. You know what I mean? Gamers bash reviewers all day, every day. Oh, the gaming media sucks at games. The gaming media is this. The gaming media is that. Why would I listen to the gaming media when they can't even press the jump button and dash? But then they use the gaming media reviews to tell you if a game sucks or not because they ain't play it. That's how I felt like Knack 1 was. A whole bunch of these so-called gamers that, you know what I mean, been playing games for forever, that love platforming games, but they didn't want to play Knack because of these reviewers that they bash that say suck at games. The game is not good. You know what I mean? Instead of the gamer himself playing the game for himself, because most people that play Knack and like, oh, they play Knack, like, oh shit, this game is actually pretty cool. You know what I mean? This game is actually pretty. You have people like Kid Smooth. People like Kid Smooth been bashing Knack for like a whole year and some change. He got a PS4. He finally plays Knack. Guess what's one of his favorite games on the PS4? Knack. You know what I mean? It didn't take until he played the game to really find a real judgment of the game. That's my biggest issue with gamers in general. These motherfuckers, they will bash reviewers. They will bash the gaming media. They will tell them that they suck. They can't take their opinions seriously. But a fucking review come out and they either using it or they praising it just after they bash them. The craziest shit I ever seen. Me, I don't give a fuck about a review. Everybody was telling me, oh, but look, Knack got a 50-something. I don't give a fuck. The game was good. I enjoyed it. You know what I mean? That's my review. I don't give a damn about Jim Bob and Peter Pan. But anyway, getting into Knack 2. Knack 1 also, I feel like the story was very good in Knack 1. You know what I mean? Like Knack 1 played that serious but very whimsical tone, just like Knack 2. And they kept the essence of their story. And that's one thing I loved about Knack 2 is like how they pervade the story. It had that whimsical tone to it where it's very lighthearted. You know what I mean? They had their little quick little, you know, one-liners and, you know, corniness to it. But they also had like their real serious kind of tones to it because there was times in that game where I was like, yo, people are dying. People are dying. They should create a journalist mode. Yeah, they should. They should. People are dying left and right in Knack 2, bro, in that story. I'm like, yo, as much as lighthearted they want to play it off, people will die in that game. You know what I mean? But it was still cool. It was still fun. You know what I mean? It was a very upbeat. The tempo of the story was, it never had me bored. I kept wanting to play it every time I sat down to play the game because me playing Knack, I played Knack probably like every day other than Thursday and Friday. You know what I mean? I was playing Knack. I didn't play Knack Thursday or Friday because Thursday, I had the podcast, and sometimes after the podcast, I don't really play no games. I just, you know, probably watch sports or probably catch up on the movies or stuff, other things. And Friday, I was so tired on Friday, but I still ended up going out, you know, with co-workers and stuff Friday, so I didn't get to play nothing on Friday. But Saturday and Sunday, I was playing like, you know, all day, every day, Saturday, Sunday. And I was just enjoying my time, man. I was just deeply entrenched in that story. It was just amazing. But Knack 2 has improved so much from Knack 1, it is not even funny. From the combat system, from the leveling up, now Knack has a level up RPG element where you can, you know, level up. You use these once you get these little orbs from killing people or, you know, these boxes, you gain that to level up these little the skill tree, and basically you can add on to his attacks with speed or power, or you can add on like, you know, additional attacks. Well, now you find these little like runes, you know, these little tablet runes, and he will get like additional abilities where he get a boomerang or he get the long punch. Matter of fact, there's a story element into it where this character actually gives you abilities like the long punch The character also gives you like the ultimate Knack punch and stuff like that, which is crazy. It's this multi punch that he does, and he hits you with like a Kamehameha kite move. That jump is real, is real ill, man, and it's real effective when you fight the harder bosses in the game or the harder enemies. But just overall playing this game, I had an easier time playing Knack 2 because the combat was just so fluid. You know what I mean? And the even from the dashing got better because you can even level up your dash where now you can go in between people. Like you can go behind somebody if you time it correctly. So if an enemy is really close to you and he's about to attack, you press that dash button towards him, you could end up getting behind him and then going for attack. You know, before in Knack, you couldn't really do that. In the Knack one, you couldn't really do that. You probably had to dash away or, you know what I mean, dash to the left or right. Also, your dash levels up where you get this like shoulder rush when you do your dash. So now you have an attack when you dash. So you can punch somebody, say an enemy, because sometimes in Knack, you want to punch somebody, but sometimes the enemies is pretty smart enough, they will back away from your punch. But now you have that shoulder dash. You can probably press the right stick and dash that person, get a next hit in, and you can go in. It was so fluid, just using the combat system in that too. And it was just really good, man. Really, really good. From the abilities, from this pressing square and triangle. Knack has a kick now, people. Now he has 2 moves from his jumping ability. He has this splash jump that he does, like his body flop, and then he has this ability where it's like an axe kick. To me, that was like my favorite move to do because it was so effective, especially when you got like bigger Knack. You jump in the air and you press triangle, and he flips and he does this axe hammer kick and just drops down. It would decimate enemies too, man. It would drop at least 50% off on the damage with those enemies. And that they brought back the gadgets. So the one of my favorite things in Knack is the treasures. Finding the treasure areas. Like I played Knack 1, so I kind of figured out what to look for because I kind of knew what to look for when it comes to Knack 2 because it was kind of similar outside of the fact that you didn't really have to destroy like rocks or buildings to get to certain like secret spots. Most you have to do is like destroy like a sun crest, or you might have to destroy like a crate or something like that, and you will find your way to the thing. Yo, I'll drain your soul. What's up, man? Yeah, Knack was great, man. I enjoyed it. Yeah, I enjoyed it too, man. I gave Knack 2 a 8.6 out of 10. And I'm going to tell you the reason why I gave it an 8.6 out of 10. Like I said, we spoke about the story. I thought the story was on the same level of Knack 1, but just a little bit better because it got more in depth with Lucas. You know what I mean? Lucas, he was an important figure in Knack 1, but he wasn't like the main dude. He was Knack's main buddy, but you got to see more of that relationship between Knack and Lucas. You know what I mean? Before it was just a doctor bossing you around and doing that stuff. But here, you really got to see that relationship, that dynamic between Knack and Lucas in the story. And so that's the story. The combat has evolved in every single way. Every single way the combat has evolved. One of the reason why I gave it an 8.6 is this is the only like really, really flack I really see. Is like, all right, so Knack 1 is the implementation of how you use the sunstones, right? In Knack 1, you use your sunstones, basically. You collect all these sunstones and you can use them towards your super moves, or it kind of gives you, I don't remember if it gave you like a shielding with the sunstones, like how this one did. Because in Knack 1, I think if it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter amount of hits you get, you would die. Because Knack 1 was a little bit more harder because when an enemy would hit you, you will lose your relics. You didn't have the ability to gain them back until you hit like a box that had relics, and you would gain it back from there. So say you was like 15 feet in Knack 1, but enemy keep hitting you and knock you all the way down to like 10 feet. You're stuck at that 10 feet until you get more relics. In Knack 2, it was a little bit different, where in Knack 2, if you get hit, you can get hit down to 10 feet, But if you move away from your enemy and try to dodge them, don't get it twisted. The enemies get a little bit more aggressive when they know that you're smaller, but you can dodge away and get away sometimes from it, and you will gain back your relics. It's a real cool implementation that they put towards Knack. It did make it a little bit easier, but it was still cool that they added that because, Knack is this being that can just summon relics and get bigger. So they played on with that element of Knack and kept it within the battle system. But yeah, even the quick time events. The quick time events is pretty cool, man. I enjoyed them. Some of them was a little too slow. I'm gonna go and talk about that as well, but because I felt like it was way too easy, especially when I'm playing on hard. I'm like, damn, this quick time event is pretty slow. Well, I'm gonna get into more of that. But with the Sunstones now in Knack 1, you use your Sunstone to do certain super moves. So Knack 1, you had like the tornado, you had the explosion where he blows up into, and you see this little dome and it will hit anybody within that dome. And then you had like the Knack shot where he uses the relics to use it as like a pretty much like a pistol. Like he would shoot at you, and he was sending relics your way to hit the enemies that's like far away. And each time he used that super move, you're using basically some sunstones that you collected. Like you see this meter, so you can collect up to like 3 like meters of like sunstone. So you can collect a few of them, and each time you die in Knack 1, you would lose some of that meter. You know what I mean? Or you would lose all of it. Matter of fact, I think you lose all of it. It's crazy how Knack 1 was. In Knack 2, how they use the sunstone, it was pretty cool because they use the sunstone as more like a shield. So if you had like a full bar of like sunstone, you can get hit probably like 3 times from an enemy, and it won't take away any relics from you. You know what I mean? But you would ultimately lose all that sunstone shielding, and if you get hit, it's going to take away relics from you, and then you gotta, run around and dodge so you can get them back. But that's the way how they implemented the super abilities in Knack 1. I love the way how they did it in 2. I didn't really like at all because in 2 it was like specific moments where you can use these abilities. So you will see like you get to a certain area, you get to like an arena area where you see this big ass sun crest. The sunstone will come up, and then you will have to hit that sunstone, and from there, depending on where you're at in the story, then you can use the super moves. You know what I mean? So they brought back certain super moves like the explosion. They brought back kinda the gun one, but they made this one a lot better, where they make it more like a rapid fire kind of gun thing. And they had the sword. They had this new one called the sword. And I forgot what else other one they had, but the super moves were cool. But the way how they just implemented it, you really couldn't use it anywhere else outside of you getting that that random sunstone. I don't think it's random, but they just be popping up and you'll use it. It's always in an area where there's going to be a lot of enemies as well. You know what I mean? And that just became a little bit like predictable at times, where in Knack 1, it was more meter management. Like you decide how you want to use your sunstones, your super abilities, which I like more. So that was one little flack I didn't like about Knack 2. And Knack 2, the QTEs was great, but I just felt like on the harder difficulty, some of them QTEs should have just, the button prompt should have just went quicker. You know what I mean? I just felt like, damn, I could press X in like, I don't have to press X like 5 seconds. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I feel like that should have been a little bit, quicker on your difficulty. It didn't really feel hard. But overall, though, man, I love every single bit of Knack 2. I'm going to get more into like the time battles and the Coliseum, because I just did those like one time to just to see how it is. Because in Knack 1, I don't remember. No, Knack 1 time battles was it's kind of the same, but the Coliseum in Knack is kind of the same as well. But Knack Coliseum got crazy. It got crazy in Knack 1. But Knack 2, I did get to play one Coliseum and I did one time battle just to see how they did it or how they implemented it. It's pretty much the same thing, but it's, certain little differences there, here and there. But if you're familiar with Knack 1, you're definitely familiar with this. But I would get into more of that because there's certain trophies that's tied into where you got to get the 5 stars and stuff like that. So I'm gonna try and work on getting those, especially in the Coliseum. I always do the Coliseum before time stuff with Knack. Anyway, but oh, also what's cool about Knack, which one thing I loved but I didn't love, is like they brought back the whole different Knack. So you got the Aqua Knack, you got the Vampire Knack, you got the Saber Knack, you got the Emerald Knack, you know what I mean? And but the cool thing about this Knack, you know, in Knack 1, all of them had like certain passive abilities that they can do. But in this Knack, they have like certain like active abilities. Like the Vampire Knack so far is the only one I have used, which is mad cool because Vampire Knack to teleport behind the enemy. So you know what I'm saying? I did the Coliseum joint, and I was teleporting behind my enemy. I was fighting them off. I was like, they improved on Vampire Knack. A Vampire Knack, his attack was always strong. I think he fed off like the enemy's lives or something like that in 1. I forgot what it was, but his defense was like horrible. You know what I mean? I didn't really see anything about defense here on Knack 2, but Vampire Knack is really dope. And the blue Knack, Aqua Knack, he's more of like the range Knack, so his range attacks is much quicker and stuff like that. But yo, that stuff is dope. But one thing I was disappointed in is no Diamond Knack. There is no Diamond Knack in Knack 2. And I was like, whoa, because the whole times I'm there finding these relics and all that stuff, and I'm like, yo, 1 diamond relic stone. I'm like, what the hell's going on? But then it showed that it said that I got all the relics and all that stuff. I got the trophy, and I'm like, oh, there's no Diamond Knack, which is real disappointing because Knack 1, I didn't get Diamond Knack in Knack 1, but I think I was like probably like 3 or 4 diamonds relics away from getting Diamond Knack. And I was really disappointed in not getting that. And I was kind of wanting to go into Knack 2 trying to get Diamond Knack, but he wasn't in there. But that's basically the flaws that I could see with Knack, man. Other than that, man, I thoroughly enjoyed the game, man. Like I said, the story was great. How they implemented the combats was good outside of the super moves. Up was pretty dope. And the thing is too, Knack 2, Knack always had like a lot of replayability, but Knack 2 is going to have a lot of replayability because there's these other things where you play throughout the story again or different chapters, and you can get like Knack medals. You know what I mean? So you work your way to get these Knack medals and stuff like that, so you can get these other trophies and all that stuff. It's just mad fun, man. Knack 2, it is a fun time, man. Yo, I'm telling you guys, I don't understand. There's one thing about with me. There's people in here that they've been saying that they've been gaming for 20 plus years, but they so flustered by somebody that been gaming for like 8 years. Tell them, you know what I mean? Some of these people that people listen to is young as fuck. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to disrespect anybody that's young or anything like that, but I'm just like, yo, you as a seasoned gamer, you should know what you like or what you don't like. You know what I mean? Everybody, I be seeing all these people type, oh, I love platformers, I love this, I love that. You know what I mean? And the reason why people really, really hate on Knack is because the character Knack is not a character that they grew up, that they beloved back in the day of the platformers. And more probably when it comes to the Nintendo dudes, it's not on their platform. You know what I mean? Because everything I see, I played in Knack, I've played in Nintendo games tenfold. And I'm like, yo, just those Nintendo games, they lacked in the story element, where Knack, the story element is very strong in Knack. You know what I mean? I'm just like, yo, how can anybody hate on a game like Knack? Knack, you know what I mean? People always want those challenging games. They say, oh man, these games are too easy. I want some challenge. So go play Knack. Go play Knack 2. You get your challenge right there. You get a fun experience that's very challenging. You know what I mean? But overall, my review for Knack 2 is an 8.6 out of 10. Like I said, this video right here, guys, is going to be talking about these 3 games and the reason why I love them so much. 20 years, nope, they're not. So they try to act like long as 8. Now there's some dudes that been gaming 30 years, man. Some of these guys been gaming 30 years. Some of these dudes is some of these dudes is 45, and they're being influenced by people that have been gaming for like since 360. You know what I mean? Telling them what games to buy or play. I see all the time in Facebook groups, bro. I see all the time. I'll see this old dude picture, and he was like, "Ah, man, score from this dude that just graduated college." You know what I mean? That's writing for IGN or something, telling them what they should do or what should they play. And I'm like, yo, how the hell? And then when you try to attack their gaming credentials or stuff like that, they be like, listen, man, I've been gaming for 35 plus years. Ain't nothing you can tell me. And then but this young dude that just graduated college, that just wrote a review, you know what I mean, about Knack. You're going to listen to them rather than you knowing what you like to play. Because some of these people are like, yo, I want platformers to come back. I want a difficult game. Knack has all those elements that these gamers want, but they're going to deny it because they're going to throw review scores. Somebody, my man, Deshaun, my man threw a Metacritic score at me when I put up my Knack review. I put up my Knack review 8.6. He's like, nah, man, I don't know about this. Metacritic 86. 70. But the funny thing about Deshaun know he would like those type of games, like Knack and all that stuff. He know he would like that, but he's listening to these reviewers that everybody bash because they can't play Cuphead. But all of a sudden, you know, another difficult game that has some difficulty to it, they're gonna listen to them with Knack. It's crazy shit. What's going on here, man? But yo, Knack 2, guys, I implore you guys, play Knack 2. Fun game. It is only $40, by the way. $40. I don't even know why people is even like not even buying this game. You know what I mean? The game is about 10 to probably 12 hours. That's how it took me about 10 to 12 hours to beat on my first playthrough. One of these days, that's, you know, playing through Knack is probably one of the specialized Knack, probably Vampire Knack or Saber Knack. But it took me about 10 to 12 hours to beat, because Knack is not a short game. It's about 15 something chapters in there. But, you know, there's 15 chapters, but there's like subsections to each chapter. You know what I mean? Yo, The Truth, what's good, man? He said, yeah, I've been playing for 24. Yeah, but, you know, I'm not saying if you've been playing games for that long, you know what I mean, certain, you know, you got to be like stupendous at games, you know what I mean? But if you've been playing games for that long, you don't need a reviewer to tell you what games you should play or not. Or you don't even need me. You don't even need me to tell you what games you should play or not. You should know already what you would like or what you want from gaming. Judging off of the things that I've seen people say, you know what I mean, before games like Knack came out, you know what I mean, I've been seeing, oh, we need platformers to come back. But the thing is, they want platformers to come back, but they want specifics. They want like Spyro. You know what I mean? People was complaining about Crash to come back, right? But you get in the same genre in Knack, but people was like, oh no, I don't want that. I don't want that. That's not Spyro. You know what I mean? People look at titles and characters more than they actually look at the genre of game. You know what I mean? And that's one of my biggest thing about, you know, the gaming community, that sometimes I look at it, I'm just like, that is just weird as fuck. You know what I mean? If I love if I love RPGs, I'm not just gonna be like, oh, that's not Final Fantasy. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be like, yo, RPG. Oh, I can level up my characters. Oh, let me see how the character development is going to be in this game. Oh, is this game going to have an intriguing story? You know what? It caught my interest. Let me go and buy this game, play it. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. It's just weird. But going into Final Fantasy, now let me tell you the backstory on Final Fantasy 12. And like I said, if you've been following my channel, you pretty much know the story. You pretty much know this. You probably heard the story many times. But like I said, I am a huge RPG head, huge RPG guy. I love RPGs to death. And my favorite franchise of all time when it comes to gaming is Final Fantasy. You know, I've played pretty much all of the Final Fantasies outside of certain like off-branch games and MMO type games and stuff like that. But I've pretty much played all of the Final Fantasy games there is. You know what I mean? But Final Fantasy 12 is a game that I got day one back on PS2, back when I was in college. And back in college, like I used to play a lot of these RPG games, and people used to come in my room. There's many times, like after basketball practice, I'll have teammates come, especially one specific teammate. Um, One specific teammate, my man Brandon, he will always come through. Brandon will always come through and just like watch me play an RPG, and he would like let me know certain things that I got to do, you know, within the RPG, because he will always like either print out like FAQ guides, or he would buy it. Because Final Fantasy 12, I bought the Prima guide, but Brandon, after practice, he was like, "Yo, you want to play Final Fantasy?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm about to play it." He will come and he will sit down and he was like, "Yo, Barry, there's a treasure here. You can go get this treasure." So he was like my wingman when it came to Final Fantasy 12. You know what I mean? And so I'm playing Final Fantasy 12. I put so much hours into this game because me, when it comes to these games, when it comes to like RPG games, I like to be at a certain specific level before I do certain things, and I like to get certain like side quests or objectives done before I do certain things. So you know what I mean? I will explore. I will go with every nook and cranny to level up and find certain things and do side quests before I get to the main stories and all that stuff. Right? I don't just shoot. I don't just straight shoot it like, you know, a lot of people would do. So there was a certain, you know, quest that I was doing, and this is like, you know, the espers, right? You get your optional espers. There's certain espers in the game that's story element where you can capture, but it's certain optional espers. And this is part of the story where it wasn't like, it was probably like close to not the beginning, but we're probably 40% into the story where it opened up and you get like a whole bunch of side quests that you can do, like hunts and stuff like that, and then you get a whole bunch of like optional espers that you can also obtain. So I got Aldemaric, I got him, and then I was going to get who was going to get? I was going to get Okalane. Is it Okalane? Oh, Kukulane. I was going to get Kukulane. Kukulane is this big guy. Also, Kukulane is based off of an enemy in Final Fantasy Tactics. If you guys play Final Fantasy Tactics, he's based off an enemy in Final Fantasy Tactics. But Kukulane is a character that was this big, like fat esper. He was green, but he was such a beast because he dealt like poison, and he dealt like sap damage, but he also had a regen ability. So it was very hard to really hit this guy, right? Especially like if you obtained him and you're using him in boss battles, he's going to be so OP, especially in the area that you were in at a specific time of the battle. So I was like, yo, I had to be like around level like 40 something to get Kukulane according to the Prima guide. But knowing me, I wanted to be a few levels higher than that. So I used to go into this area. It was like a sewage area where in Rabanassa, what is sewage? Is it? I forgot the sewage area, something with a G. He was going in there, and I was just leveling up crazy because Kukulane is in that area. So I would go into that little that area, and then I would go back out to like, you know, the Giza Plains or stuff like that, and I was just leveling up, right? So during college, I had a class at 3:00. So when I was playing Final Fantasy, you know, and Brandon was there, my brother was there. My brother was my roommate, and there was also one of my friends. His name was Jay Jerk. We used to call him Jay Jerk. He came into the room before I went to class. So I was like, yo, I'm about to leave, head to class. Yo, I'm gonna leave my PS2 on, but because Martin just came out, Martin the DVD collection for season 1 just came out. So at that time, it was a few of us that had the DVD collection, and one of us was us. So a lot of people would come to the room just to watch Martin. You know what I mean? To relax. Because in my room, we had like a couch where people can just sit down and, you know, the TV right there. But I was told people, everybody's in the room, yo, if you guys want to watch Martin, just unplug the AV cords and plug it in the DVD player and play it through there. Because we had a DVD player and a PS2. I didn't want to turn off the PS2. So after I told everybody that, I went to my class. I'm over there thinking about battle strategies in class. I'm writing stuff down in class. You know what I mean? I came back. You know what I mean? Class ended like around 3:50. This was like, what was it called? What was this class? It was one of them literature classes, global literature or something like that. I came back, class ended like around 3:50. I got back to my room like around 4:10 or so, because I had to go to like the library to pick up a book real quick. Got back to my room, and right when I got into my room, my man Brandon, that was always helping me in the RPG in Final Fantasy 12, he was just shaking his head. He was like, "Yo, Bari, just calm down." And the person, Jay Jerk, he was oblivious. He didn't know what. He's like, "What do you need to calm down for? What do you need to calm down?" So, you know what I mean? I'm putting down my bag, you know what I mean? I'm taking off like my shirt and all that stuff. I'm ready to get busy. Back into the final. I'm like, "Yo, I'm about to hit him with the Jay Jerk. My bad, bro. You can watch Martin later when we in basketball practice or something. But yo, I'm about to play this until practice or dinner. Because dinner, I used to go to dinner like probably like around. Matter of fact, no, we went to practice, then we went to dinner because they always used to say it was dinner after, right? So I was playing Final Fantasy until it was practice time. So I was like, yo, I'm about to play a little bit of this before practice. So I was about to hit him with the Jay Jerk. Hey man, I'm about to play this Final Fantasy. I'm trying to get this Esper. When I looked at my PS2, it was on. You know what I mean? I was like, all right, so everything's cool. Everything's cool. But the DVD player wasn't on. The DVD player wasn't. Yo, Garuda, what up, man? The DVD player wasn't on. What the hell is going on here? What is he watching? He's like, yo, Bari. And Brandon in the background to say, Bari, calm down. My brother, he was on his bed just like shaking his head too. He's like, yo, it's about to get illy. So I looked at it, I was like, yo, what happened to the Final Fantasy? So this dude, Jay Jarrett, was like, oh, I took it out. So I was like, yo, bro. Because at the point that I was playing Final Fantasy for a good like 3 hours, right? The leveling up, and I didn't get to a save area. That's the only reason why I didn't like turn the system on, because I didn't save it. I left the system on so when I get back, I can easily just boom and go through it. Everybody know the PS2 struggle. There's times where you leave your system on and you don't want to, you just want to come back to your room and boom, you get it. So I was like, yo, yo, bro, you just took out the Final Fantasy? Are you crazy? I just told you, watch more of the DVD. My man, and the funny thing about it, my man Jay Jerk, he was sitting down on the couch with his legs up. He was chilling watching Martin. And I was like, yo, bro, get the fuck out my room. I picked this dude up by his shirt, by his collar area, and I pretty much like just yanked him, like, yo, bro, get the fuck out of this room. You are crazy. And I'm looking at Brandon like, yo, Brandon, how can you let this dude put this disc in there? You know what I mean? All the work that we done. So that, was mad discouraging, right? But that wasn't the only reason why I stopped playing Final Fantasy 12 is the memory card issue. I ended up, because after college, that year in college, somehow I ended up losing that memory card. And I was just like, yo, bro, I am not going to start this game all over. I need to find this memory card, because I used to write my memory cards down with like a Marquee, like one of those Sharpie pens, so I could know like, okay, this is RPG, and I'll put like FF on here, like, yo, this might be Final Fantasy in here, or I might have another one that be like, I put like fighters in there or something like that. So I always mark them. So I'm looking at my memory cards. I'm like, yo, where the hell is the Final Fantasy joint? I could not find that junk to the death of me. So that's the reason why I stopped playing Final Fantasy 12 and I didn't end up beating it. But now, coming to the present day, we're here on the PS2, the PS4. God bless the PS4, where now we have auto saves. So a lot of the things that we was doing back in the day when we was like, going through section to section just to get a treasure to pop up, you know what I mean? And if it, trying to RNG a certain treasure to get in there, it became so much easier now to do with the Zodiac Age on the PS4. So right from that aspect, I was like, yo, I am definitely Loving this. I'm definitely loving this. It's making it much easier. But now, all right. So once I got Cuculain, right, yo, I just felt like a huge accomplishment of getting that character. And from that area, from Cuculain up, it was all complete like new for me. So you know what I mean? Just getting those espers and all those battle fights that I had to do, figuring stuff out with the esper battles. And I mean, there's many times like I put up every esper battle, I put up all the boss fights. There's many of those times where I died probably like 5 times, doing these fights. But within me dying, I was gathering information, like learning, like, yo, okay, what do I got to do here? Damn, I should have probably had Dispel Gambit where, to take that away. So now when I do a boss fight, the Dispel Gambit is already on deck. Spell off already, you know what I mean? But as you get older and all that stuff, just the knowledge of the game, you just see it so differently now because now you just know more. You know what I mean? So I was just so prepared getting into Final Fantasy 12. It was not even funny, man. But yo, I gave Final Fantasy 12 a 8.8 out of 10. I thoroughly love this game. You know what I mean? I'm gonna also talk about where did I place this in like my Final Fantasies, but 12 is such a great game, yo. And one thing about 12 that's so great, it is that it is such a deep game. There's so much things you can do as far as outcomes in this game when it comes to the battle system. You know what I mean? I there's certain times where just for YouTube purposes and just uploading boss fights, I turn like all my gambits on. But there's many times before, you know what I mean, I was doing these boss fights and I was just like, yo, I'm so old school where I want to do everything and control everything. And like I know what to do, especially for my main character. But later on, you know what I mean, I was like, you know what, I want to upload these fights. I don't want them to be beyond 15 minutes. I just clicked on the gambit for like Vaughn or the party leader for the boss fights. But the fact that it gives you the choice to choose how you want to do it is still great. You know what I mean? Get even harder upon yourself of just going to the full active time battle somewhere. Even if you're choosing for yourself, that time is still going. They're still picking to attack you. But there are some difficult fights in that game, man. Some difficult fights that, yo, when you overcome those fights, yo, you just felt like, yo, I beat that dude. Yo, there's Espers, there's Exodus, hard ass fight. There was Zodiac. Zodiac was the hardest fight I ever fought in my life because he was so cheap. That Darkager that he casts in the beginning of the damn match. Oh my god, it was so cheap. Yeah, my whole party was getting wiped out. Then I was like, you know what? This is what I'm gonna do. The person that I don't use as much is like Bosch. Bosch just became that character where he became that, he's expendable. So I was like, you know what? Going into Zodiac, I'm just gonna have Bosch as the only selected party member. Zodiac cast that Darkager or Darkera. I'm going to be good. I'm just going to call off the other members so I don't go into the fight just losing 3 people right away, because it's gonna that move right there. It don't matter what type of dark defense that you have up. It has this KO attached to it. Like it will one hit you, you're dead. That stuff was just fun in itself, just doing with those fights. You know what I mean? The Esper fights and hunting them down. The hunts were so much fun. Each hunt, it's not just like, oh, we just have a hunt here and, kill this enemy. Like each enemy, sometimes it had like different little things that you had to do for you to defeat this enemy. There's one hunt that I did. It was against this chocobo. I forgot the name of the chocobo. Let me look it up on the PS4. I think it's a trickster. And that character, he was tough to fight because there was like a certain element where he was like immune to like everything. He was immune to everything. Then I was like, you know what? He's casting this magic stuff. Let me put reflect on, right? I'm going to put reflect on, and whatever magic he hit me with is going to bounce back and hit him. And that's what was happening. I was like, oh, now he's getting hit. Now he's getting hit. It was just so cool. The only thing I really didn't like about Final Fantasy 12 is the whole mist. The whole mist ability stuff. You know what I mean? Like, the limit breaks. I feel like that stuff was tacked on. I feel like they could have done much more. Like the older Final Fantasy, even the old Final Fantasy, like limit breaks was always something special. Like it was this glorious moment that you're watching as you decimate your enemies with your ultimate attacks. And in Final Fantasy 12, I just don't like that whole, Russian roulette. You pick your move and then you gotta shuffle and all that shit. And even if you shuffle, you might not even get a move that you want. It was a whole bunch of stuff that I didn't really like when it came to just the limit breaks attacks. But yeah, the license board, that stuff, I like the license board. The license board, it was really good because especially in the Zodiac age, it became even better because now you get certain abilities tied to your job. So you gotta be real careful on what job you want to pick. Back in two on the PS2, you didn't really have a job system. You know what I mean? So you was getting a whole bunch of stuff that was there in the license board, and sometimes move and then you're like, I don't really even use this shit, you know what I mean? But now you're more focused on a certain job and what that character can do with the Zodiac age. So the license board definitely upgraded for me when it came to Zodiac age Final Fantasy. But the limit break stuff, I didn't like that. The summoning with the espers, how you actually gain your espers is always fun for me in Final Fantasy 12, that you got to defeat these enemies before you can capture them. That's always something there in Final Fantasy, but with this one, it just felt like a more cooler, like I'm on a hunt to get this special enemy, you know what I mean? It just felt more modern, felt more cool to do. The story in Final Fantasy 12, it was good, but it wasn't as impactful in my opinion. Like, you know what I mean? There's certain like little scenes in there that, you're learning a whole bunch of stuff. You're getting introduced to a whole bunch of characters that really is not that important to the main plot. It just there just to fill a gap and, just to fill a story element. But overall, like the story of the characters themselves and the story wasn't that impactful. One thing I gotta say about Final Fantasy games that I love, especially when there's a main protagonist, is that the main protagonist has this impactful role within the game. Vaughn, he didn't really have a truly impactful role in the game. Like the side characters like Ash, Bosch, Baltier, they had more bigger presence and bigger roles in the story than the main protagonist. The main protagonist felt like he was there for the ride. You know what I mean? There's certain little circumstances that happened, and he's just there to tag along because he got to fulfill a certain duty. You know what I mean? But it wasn't really like a stronghold of the story. And that's one thing I love about like older Final Fantasies or other Final Fantasies. Like, even though, look at Final Fantasy X. Like Tidus wasn't like, when you look at the grand scheme of things, Tidus, as far as how you compare to other characters, like their roles, he wasn't that important until he learned about his father and what he has to do and, what kind of world he's in, if this is reality or just a dream. You know what I mean? But he still had a certain impact. Like he still impacted other characters where he had what's Shorty name? He had Yuna going crazy to look for him in the sequels and all that stuff, or Yuna really falling in love with him and stuff like that. Where with Vaughn, even Vaughn didn't really impact other characters like that outside of probably like Baltier or something like that. You know what I mean? Like that was a little gripe for me as well. But overall, I thought the story was clean. It was good. But 8 out of 10. 8.8 out of 10. I really enjoyed my time just due to the fact how the battle system was, how deep it was with the gambit system. Like the gambit system is something, it's something with a beauty, man. Like the gambit system is very convenient. You know what I mean? It is not like something that you have to do, but it's just something that is there for your convenience. Like you can go throughout that game not using the gambit system. I don't know why you wouldn't want to do it. You probably want to do everything that's manually with every character, but you have that choice. You know what I mean? And I always felt that was really cool about Final Fantasy 12. And there's certain things in that game that is just cool. Like if you do certain missions and get certain items, you know what I mean? You could get other items within the store, like you do certain little quests, then other things open up in the game. I love that aspect, just exploring, figure things out, all there in that Final Fantasy 12 game, man. I love that. It's just the story, the limit break, that stuff was just kind of weak to me. The main character, cool character, but he's just not impactful as other, previous titles that I want from when it comes to RPG and the main protagonist of the game. But overall, I love that game. I love Final Fantasy 12. I'm still gonna be playing through it because I still got to do certain things like perform every concurrence. I got to do my learn every technique. I got to do the learn every magic and complete the bestiary. I know I'm close to completing the bestiary. It's just I got to do certain hunts to get to see those enemies. But I completed the game. The final boss fight was really good. Vayne, Solidor, that was a really fun boss fight. But I was at such as a beast level that all his attacks really didn't. If you can beat Zodiac before you beat the final boss, you're gonna be good. You're gonna be good in this game. You know what I mean? I beat Zodiac, I beat Exodus, I beat Ultima before I beat the final boss. So I was like, yo, this final boss ain't nothing. He got some cool attacks though. Vayne got some cool attacks in the game. He got some cut stories. So I did put those stuff up for those people that want to see that stuff with the boss fights. There are some spoilers in there because I added some like cutscene elements just for some coolness to it. But it was a great game, man. I really enjoyed it. As far as where I put Final Fantasy 12 in Final Fantasy, scope of things, I would definitely put 12 probably around like the 6th spot. You know what I mean? For me, I'm always going to have 7. 7, 6, or 4 is always like my seconds. You know what I mean? I more also lean to 4 than 6 because I like Cecil as a character way more than Tara. I think Cecil is like one of the best characters in Final Fantasy. He's really dope. But I do love 6. I do love 6 because the antagonist in 6, Kefka, is just the mastermind of masterminds, man. So it's really hard for me to pick between those. So those are the top 3 right there. Then I have 9, 4 as number 4. Then I have 10 as number 5. As number 6, number 6 is going to be tough, man, because 5, I did like 5, but there's certain things I didn't like about 5. You know what I mean? Certain things I didn't like about 5. Like 3, 2, 1. Those games just so. The other games is just so much advanced more than those games. I can't put them like top. Story wise, I can put 1 up there though. 1 in America is 1 here is 3 in Japan, but everybody know what I'm talking about when I'm listing off the Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3 in the American way. I know somebody's gonna comment like, "Oh my god," but 1 is really 3 in Japan. I'll put 12. I'll put 12 around 6. I'll put 12, 6 or 7. 6 or 7. I'll put 12, 6 or 7, man. In number 6. Because I really like, I just think 12 has so much things, because they took a lot of stuff from MMOs, but they made it so like convenient for people that might not really like an MMO in 12. And I really like that, how they make it so convenient for everybody to just play it how you want to play it. But I like 12 a lot. The gameplay in 12 was amazing, man. Amazing. The story, I would say, is not as like impactful or as good as like those list of games that I put, even like 1 to 2 to 3. I wouldn't say it's good, because 2 I definitely love, because 2 is another character that I love, Furion. And that's my dude in the city as well. You know what I mean? Dope ass character. But would I put it over at 12? I just think 12, the gameplay is just have evolved so much from those other games. It's just crazy. But that's what I'm gonna put. I'm gonna put it at 6 or 7 spot in my Final Fantasy scale of things. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, let me see what everybody's saying here. Oh, PewDiePie. I'm not even gonna talk about PewDiePie. Not gonna talk about PewDiePie right now, man. Definitely not gonna talk about PewDiePie right now. So my man Goku says 658. Yo, eight. I did not like eight like that, man. I thought eight had a really cool character, with Squall, but overall, those characters is not as good. Like the supporting characters is not as good. The villain, what was that chick name? She was pretty dope. But eight is another one I did not complete. Eight is another one I did not complete. I got pretty far on eight too, but I did not complete it. You know what I mean? I just didn't really like eight, man. I was sitting down and I didn't really like eight like that. I didn't really like eight like that. Oh yeah, Ultimacia, yeah. But I didn't like eight like that. Yo, Diddy Deadpool Doofster, what is good, man? But all right, guys. So yeah, guys, these games right here, Undertale, Knack 2, 12, The Zodiac Age. Yo, I implore you guys to go and play these games. They are so much fun, yo. I'm telling you guys, you're not going to be disappointed playing any of these games right here. Any of these games. You know what I mean? If you like an RPG that have a whole bunch of, I put over 100 and something hours into Final Fantasy 12. You know what I mean? Over 100 and something hours into Final Fantasy 12. In Knack, I beat Knack in around, I beat Knack around 10 to 12 hours. I probably slept around 11 hours. Yo, Fatal Famisto, what is good? Playing that good shit. I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling there, man. I'm chilling. And Undertale, like I said, Undertale, if you enjoy RPGs, is not really like a long RPG, but this game is so impactful and have so much like story tropes and so much things to like investigate, and this characters is just so amazing. In Undertale, man, you're just gonna have a ball. You're just gonna have a ball, man. Oh, you playing Lost? Yo, Lost Legacy is another game that I play. Yo, Lost Legacy was good, man. Lost Legacy was good. I would love to see more of Chloe and Nadine. I would love to see more of Chloe and Nadine. Like Chloe, like yo, like I said, back in the day on Persona Channel, we had a spoiler cast for Uncharted 4, and I said one of my disappointing things in Uncharted 4 is that they brought all these characters in, but they didn't bring Chloe, right? And I said, yo, Naughty Dog is coming out with this like story, DLC. They need to have Chloe in the DLC. What Naughty Dog ended up doing? They ended up making Chloe the main focal point with Nadine of this DLC. I was in love right from the jump because this is what I wanted. This is the exact thing what I wanted because there's so much you can get from Chloe, you know what I mean, within that game. You know what I mean? Chloe's such a mysterious character. There's so much you can explore from her. Go right ahead, man, and make a game. Make a full game with Chloe, man. But yo, Uncharted Lost Legacy, a lot of people said that they saw that chapter 4 was long, but that was one of my favorite chapters. Because that's just me as a person. I just love to explore things. Like, yo, I typically take longer than the average gamer in a game because I'm looking at every freaking nook and cranny, you know what I mean, in a game, because I like to see what devs are putting, especially when I started interviewing devs more, especially as well. Like, yo, I took that stuff to heart where I'm like, yo, what did you put in your game? But I always used to do that when I was a kid anyway. But just now that I'm older and I did interviews, it's just like, yo, now I look at it at a different aspect. But in chapter 4, I was driving all over the place in chapter 4, man. You know what I mean? I was driving all over. I was loving it. I was like, yo, I'm loving the interactions that they was doing. You know, I mean, the little talks that they were doing in the car. They had a little talk where it was like, yo, so why Drake and all that stuff? And Chloe, she didn't really want to get into it. Just like, hey, he was just fun at the time and all that stuff. It was just cool, like little talks that they were doing, little banter that it was doing, man. So I wasn't trying to rush through that with chapter 4. That was just a great scene to me. I see a lot of people say, "Oh my God, chapter 4 was just too long." I loved it. I love that stuff, man. I love that. Yeah, man. They definitely need to explore a little bit more with Chloe and Nadine, man. I think that there was a cool little dynamic duo out there, and that little surprise little addition in there was also cool. You know what I mean? I thought that was really cool. I was like, "Oh shit," you know what I mean? She did write him a letter. Remember that in Uncharted 4, there was like, yo, Chloe did have like a little letter at the end. You know what I mean? So that played well, I guess. You know. So yeah, man, that was pretty fun, man. With Uncharted Lost Legacy, I had a dope blast with that. I'm still gonna go back one day to do some more trophy stuff, but there's so much stuff to play, man. Right now in my hands, I have Yee's Lacrimosa of Dana limited edition. I'm going to do the unboxing for this because this box is just amazing. You know what I mean? And I'm going to be diving into this game probably tomorrow. I could start it right now, honestly, but I have never put a physical disc of a game into my PS4. But this is going to be fun, man. I can't wait to play some. I was playing some Yee's Origins just to, to get that full backstory of the Yee's, brotherhood out there, or sisterhood, however you want to say it. But that's a Yee's organization. You know what I mean? From Yee's Origin. Yee's Origin is definitely different. I'm doing my what's my man? The mage. I'm doing the mage playthrough. I forgot my man's name already. Hugo. I'm doing the Hugo playthrough. And so far I'm thinking I'm at like boss number 4 in that game. I'm in the fire area in that game. I'm still at the beginning of that game, man, but I'm going to get past Yee's Origin, but I'm also going to be playing some Yee's Lacrimosa Dana. This is a Yee's full title that we have here on a home console that we haven't had in a long ass time. You know what I mean? We went through a whole generation without a Yee's game. Matter of fact, how much generation you went through? I don't remember PS2 having a Yee's title as well. No, I don't think PS2 had a Yee's title on there. It's been a long ass time since we had a Yee's full game on a home console, and I'm here with it on a PS4. I didn't get the Vita version. Don't think I will be getting the Vita version, but I definitely double dipped. I don't know if I'm going to do a giveaway with this physical version right here. I might do that during the tournament during this weekend. You know what I mean? But that will require somebody to send me their PO box and all that stuff. So we're gonna work that out. But I do have a physical version here that I probably won't use. You're not gonna get the steel book or anything like that. You're probably just gonna get a disc if I do plan on giving it away. But we'll see. Vita, what is that? The Vita is not dead. It's just a life support. Well, the Vita is pretty dead. Vita's pretty dead. But the Vita's still getting games. It's just games people not interested in. Yo, basically the Vita right now is just my PS1 machine. I'll be honest with you. I play all my old school games on there. On that Vita, man. And there's certain little fighters like I'll play Guilty Gear on there and stuff like that. But that's my PS1 machine, the Vita, man. But yeah, man. I can't wait, man. Yee's 8 is in my hands. Yes. Yo, I forgot I ordered this collector's edition. I really forgot. You know what I mean? I forgot. I definitely forgot I got this, but still cool that I got this. Can't wait. But yeah, guys, this is pretty much the video right here. This is a stream that's talking about these 3 games. If you guys missed it, go back from the beginning. I have the review scores that I gave these games all right here in the description. You know what I mean? We're just talking about gaming on here, man. No drama. Just talking about these games and why I love them and why I gave them the score. Hopefully you guys can go ahead and try them out yourself. And leave your impressions and your thoughts on these games in the comment after the video is up. You know what I mean? If you played it, if you plan on playing it, let me know. But guys, I definitely appreciate you guys coming through. I mean, I'm surprised there was even 4, 7, 10 people in here. You know, when we have gaming discussions like this, you know, I should have put PewDiePie said the N-word or something. And then you probably had like 30 people or 40 people in here. But that's another video for another day. I don't even know if I don't have the strength to even talk about that, honestly. I'm so in love right now with these games that I'm playing. You know what I mean? I don't have the strength to talk about no PewDiePie. I'm over here listening to Undertale, soundtrack. The fuck I gotta talk about PewDiePie for? You know what I mean? Real talk. Why do I gotta talk about PewDiePie? I'm over here jamming out to the Undertale soundtrack. Why everybody talking about PewDiePie, man? You know what I'm saying? Let's jam out, guys. Let's jam out. Let's jam out. We leaving the stream just like this. We gonna jam out to some Undertale. We're gonna get reunited, and it feels so good. Let's listen to the music, guys. Jam out with your boy Jay Barry. If you're here in the stream, sit down, relax. We're gonna play some Undertale. Jam out with me, man, and understand that one of the reasons why I love this game because the music is so captivating. It is so captivating. Here we go. Remember that little melody I talk about? That's always in the titles. Here we go. This is always the melody that's always in the songs, and I love this about when composers do this in their music and games. They have this certain melody that's always like a theme within their music. Jam out with me, guys. It is so captivating. You know what I mean? I don't even care if I get copyrights, on this video. Toby Fox, you need all the praise and deserve that you need to get with this game. This game is amazing. Jam out with your boy Jay Barry. PlayStation Nation. YouTube. I'm grooving. Yo, we haven't jammed out in a long time. Remember the beginning of my videos? I used to just play like random music, Persona 4, all this type of music. We used to jam out. Let's jam out. Boom. I'm grooving. Add another melody. This game changed me, yo, guys. I'm being dead ass serious with you. Yo, guys, I'm telling you, guys, I almost teared up. After I beat this game, bro. On my true pacifist run, there was almost tears coming out my eyes, yo. On some real shit. This game changed me as a gamer. Yo, this game changed me, as a person. And yo, people would look at me and laugh at me and be like, yo, what the hell are you talking about, J-Bar? Are you being dead serious? I am being dead ass serious. Dead ass serious. Normally when I'm joking around, you hear like a little chuckle after. I'm not even chuckling. I'm being dead serious, yo. I love Undertale greatly. I always will love this game. You know what I mean? Toby Fox, yo, thank you for making such a game. Thank you, man. Determination, guys. Through determination, I will promote this game to the death of me. No matter how old I get, this game, Undertale right here, will always have a special place in my heart, man. This game is so capped. I'm telling you guys, I love every single minute of it. This game has just helped me as a being overall. I don't even care if people bash me. Like, what the hell? People can hate me because I'm praising this small RPG Undertale. This game right here, if you're in like a dark place, if you're sad about things, this game would turn you around, make you happy, cheerful. It'll make you a loving person. I kid you not, guys. I kid you not. This game right here, this game will have you playing this game where you don't even have the heart to hurt anybody no more. I'm dead ass serious, bro. Dead ass serious. Dead ass serious, man. Yo, T Wavy, what's good? I love this game, bro. Yo, Valkyrie Profile, that's another one. That's another. I love that game, man. Yo, those are my peoples right there, man. Like Odin Sphere, Valkyrie Profile. I love those games. Yo, sir, yo, Wavy, groove with me, Wavy, groove with me. I'm telling you guys, play Undertale. I think it's like $15, $20. Go and play Undertale. It is a must-play game, yo. Must-play game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't just go into there like, yo, I'm just playing it because J-Bar. Go in there with an open mind, yo, and let's play this game. Beautiful game. If you like Earthbound, old school RPGs, bullet hell games, you're going to love Undertale. Guaranteed. Beautiful. All right, we're going to end it off with this. Because this is the boss theme for my man Stans. Stans is the hardest boss in this game. Very hard boss to fight. I'm scared to fight Stans, but this is his theme. Yo, the boss themes in this game is so amazing, yo. Yo, I love this joint, bro. Toby Fox, you're a genius. Here we go, guys. Remember that tone? Yo, I love it. Here we go. Drop the beat. Boom. Hey. PlayStation Nation, we grooving. I'm grooving. Hey, I'm grooving. Yo, if they ask you what you're doing, just tell them you're grooving. Yo, up that beat for me, please. Imagine fighting a boss and this music is playing. Imagine that. You're fighting a boss and you're playing this music. What you want to do? You want to fight the boss or you want to dance? I'm dancing. I'm putting the controller down real quick and I'm dancing. I'm grooving. I'm Harlem shaking. Grooving. 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 I'm grooving. I'm grooving. I'm grooving. All right, one more, and we going. This is the spider theme. Yo, Robert, I'm a weird dude, man. I'm a weird dude. Burn, burn, burn. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, Grande, that's a classic. Grande 2. Hey, hey, yeah, yo, Toby Fox. Here we go, here we go, here we go, guys. Listen. All right. Love this junk. Love this junk, guys. All right. Should I do one more? Should I do one more? We can do dummy. We can do dummy, or we can do a soft one. Reunited is a soft one, or you want to be a fast tempo one like dummy. Let's do dummy real quick, and then we're going to end it off with reunited. I'm sorry, I lied to you guys, and that was the last one. But this is the second to last one. Hey, 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 hey. It's a real cool little jazzy beat. Every time I hear this one, I think I like The Mask. For some strange reason, like The Mask will be like dancing to this. Whoever watched The Mask, you remember when he was doing that little scene and he was like trying to impress Shorty, and he was like doing a little dance and all that. I always think of The Mask when I hear this part. All right, so we're gonna end it off with this, guys. And then we gone. Where's reunited? Where's my reunited? And it feels so good. PlayStation Nation, everybody just gathered together. Yo, guys, y'all really hyped, man. This is what gaming is about, man. Make you feel happy. You know what I mean? Gives you that warm, tingly feeling inside. This is the reason why I love gaming, man. And I love games like this, man, because you can go outside of the game and get enjoyment out of it, like with the music. You understand what I'm saying? There we go, man. The beat about to pick up, though. It's very sad right now. It's very sad right now. It's very sad right now. I'm about to cry. There we go. They're going to pick up the beat, though. Remember that tone? Remember that tone I was talking about? That same consistent little tone. Maybe one day I'll do that. Play like my favorite like soundtracks from RPGs, like from back in the day to current. I should probably do that one day. I don't know. Don't worry, it's gonna pick up. Hey, jam out, PlayStation Nation. We leaving the stream on this, guys. We leaving the stream like this. Just jam out with me. Groove with me. Groove with me. I love gaming, man. And I love games that you love the game itself, but you can also love other things about the game, the music, going into the characters, going in depth. You know what I mean? You're constantly thinking about this game and you just want to learn more and more and more. I love that shit. There we go. Another element to the music. There we go. There we go. Drop it now. Now they're going to add all of it. They're going to add all the elements and let's listen to the song. Listen to the song. Go. That shit is hot, bro. Undertale. Right, watch how they end this. Watch how they end this, and then we gone. Watch how they end this, then we gone. I just love this, man. Musical genius. There we go. Beautiful. 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 Like I said, guys, we're going to end it with that. Be on the lookout for my Yee's 8 Lacrimosa of Dana unboxing. Right after this stream, I'm about to do that right there, up close and personal. Cell phone edition. But yeah, man, thanks guys for coming through. Like I said, this is just a gaming, discussion, talking about the games that, I felt like I wanted to go more in depth to talk about and the reasons why I thoroughly love these games and explaining my review scores to these games. And also, just jamming out to some Undertale, man, because I really think this is a great soundtrack. And like, yo, if you're at work one day and you just want to jam out, go play that Undertale, man. There has been plenty of good soundtracks, good musics this year with these games. Horizon, Nier Automata, the Kingdom Hearts is always a great one. The House Smart games with Matterfall and Next Machina, some great games that came on. Even Knack got a soundtrack. Even Knack, Yee's got a soundtrack. I got all these soundtracks on my PlayStation when you pre-order them digitally. But yo, man, I just want to share my thoughts with you guys, man. Let me know in the comment section, your thoughts on any of these games that I spoke about, or let me know in the comment section about Undertale's music. But it's your boy Jay Barry. Once again, thank you for coming out. Tune in for the Jay Barry Show this Thursday coming up. And also the online arcade, we have a Street Fighter V tournament called Final Bout 2. It is going to be lit. You don't want to miss that tournament. Plenty of great fights that's going to be happening throughout the tournament. We got some heavy hitters coming through this time, man, too. So definitely tune in this weekend if you guys want to watch some gaming, tournaments and, a little event, something different out here on YouTube instead of just talking about PewDiePie and things like he said, even though I think that stuff needs to be addressed. But anyways, it's your boy Jay Barry, and I'm gone. Deuces.